And welcome back to Into the Viya Verse episode 8. This time taking a look at what's new inside of SAS Viya 2023.08. Let's jump right into it. This time we are going to start off inside of Visual Analytics again, where we have 3 smaller updates that add to a compelling story together. Let's first take a look at how we are on the homepage, and you can click your profile picture, go to settings, and directly in here change how Visual Analytics will be behaving for you, so you don't have to open a report first to do this. A nice quality of life improvement. For the next one, we are going to open up this example report I built, where we will be taking a look at what has been updated and added to the ability of creating new data items, especially when you do the calculated item. Here we come inside of the editor for the new calculated item, and let's start off with the cool new feature that comes in through the aggregation functionality. Let's select an average, for example, and now you get this little pop-up that helps you to, for example, change the context. And of course, you can also directly select a measure from here. So let's select the age, click OK, and the code is generated for us. Now, to further work with this code, we can now add comments to this expression editor. You can use the /* and / to add multi-line or block comments. Hello world. Let's keep the typo. And of course, you can also write single line comments by using /. And for example, let's say we had a previous iteration where we were grouping the BMI. And now you can easily make this navigatable and help track changes or help users with complex functions to understand what you are actually doing here. So all 3 of these to me are very much in the same wheelhouse of improving the user experience when creating and building up your reports so that they work as quickly and as great as you want them to. Let's jump into the main menu, where we will be taking a look at an application we have never looked at before inside of Into the Viya Verse, which is SAS Event Stream Processing. We find this under the Streaming Analytics tab, where we will be clicking on Design Streaming Projects. This inside of Event Stream Processing, we will see we have a cool new welcome page that helps you kind of navigate you around what you are doing inside of the application. And then once we jump, for example, into Event Stream Processing, the first time you sign in after the update, you get prompted to do a tour. If you want to do this at a later stage, just click on your profile and activate the tour. You can select the guided tour or explore the examples, for example, that you can use to build up your event stream processing projects quicker than ever before. You can also find these examples, of course, clicking on the question mark and hitting examples from there. And you can, of course, also change to the advanced examples up here. So let's finish things off inside of SAS Viya by going into SAS Studio, where we will be taking a look at 4 new steps that have been added to SAS. We find them in our steps pane under visualize data, where we have the scatter plot, under data quality, where we have the match codes, and 2 new steps that have been added to the statistics category, summary statistics and table analysis. I have pre-prepared a quick SAS Studio flow, which contains all 4 of these steps, and they are grouped into separate swim lanes. So let's take a look at our table analysis step, where we will be configuring the step we have to specify a row variable, at least one. Let's use the origin here. And let's add one column variable as well. We will be using the MSRP. And you can see you can also add strata variables. You can define additional roles that you want to add to your statistics. And then, of course, you can select many more cell statistics. In here, you can have percentages, cumulative values. You can add table statistics, association statistics, computation options that you can select. You can add titles, and you can also get all the data that is created as an output. Let's run our step in the baseline. Let's take a look at the result. And of course, we get our frequency result in here that we can take a look at. And as you add more statistics, more tables will come up and showcase how your data is behaving. Really helpful to analyze your data quickly to understand it better. Let's also continue with the ability to summarize our data with the summary statistics step, where we will enter an analysis variables. Let's do MSRP and the invoice. We can add a classification variable, for example, the type of the car that will be added. And then again, we have a lot of options in here that we can specify to help us better understand our data. We will run this step. And again, jump over to the results tab to see our summary statistics that was created for us. Let's jump over to the ability to define match codes. This is a great data quality step to help you kind of group, cluster your data, and then find the golden record for you. Let's do a match on the address field. We can define this as an address, and then you can play around with the sensitivity. As you increase the sensitivity, you will can adjust how much information will be left in the match code and how much is removed of it. You can also define additional match codes, and you can specify to get more information in the log. Let's run this step and take a look at what the outputs is created for us. So we go to submitted code and logs. And here we see our data. This is our original address, and let's jump to the back where we see the match code, which we can use for clustering to find similar addresses within our data. And then finally, for new steps, we have the scatter plot step, which we will also open up, where you can add your X and Y axes. So we will be doing the, CLH. And for Y, we are going to put the loan amount. We can group, we can add additional options of the fit curves that we would like. So let's add a regression one. And let's run our step to see the resulting graph, which we can take to help us understand our data again. Let's take a look at new custom steps that have been added. While during the last month, we have one new custom step that provides you the ability to import HTML tables that are available on websites directly as SAS datasets. And related to custom steps, I want to highlight this community article on showcasing how you can upload all custom steps from the SAS software GitHub repository directly to your SAS Viya environment to make use of all of the available custom steps. And for the special shoutouts this week, I have 3 articles for you. The first one, how you can use the remote data agent of the SAS Cloud Data Exchange to access on-prem base SAS 7 BDAT files that are stored within your on-prem environment from the cloud in a secure way. Then we have an article that dives deeper on the abilities to submit SAS jobs from the command line using the SAS Viya CLI interface. And finally, the ability on how to create and work with SAS Viya and its authentication and authorization mechanisms if you're building a custom application. As always, if you want to dive deeper and take a look at all of the new updates that have been made available within 2023.08, you can check out the first link in the description, which has the unofficial SAS What's New application, so you can know every single feature that's of interest to you. See you next episode in the Viya Verse.